Hey everybody, what is crack-a-lackin'? Guys, give me a 5 for 5 if you could, and we will get started. Yes, we will, yes we will, yes we will. Trying to send out some notifications real quick, guys. Sorry, I got a little bit, just kind of snuck up on me here. Sorry about that. But yeah, so if we've got a 5 for 5, we will go ahead and roll to it. Nothing to it but to do it, right? Ain't that what they say? I'm pretty sure it's what they say. Unless I'm losing my mind, which is actually a very good possibility. But, yeah. So how is everybody tonight? I hope everybody is enjoying their evening. And we're going to kind of wind down with the Wages World show, I guess. You know what? I need to come up with a name for this. Like a series name. Everybody always does that. I just never have. If you guys got any good ideas on what to name this kind of a series, that way I can make a playlist. Make a playlist and call it whatever we need to call it, and we'll roll with it. You know what I mean? If you guys know what I'm screaming. Okay. So I got one more notification to send out real quick, guys. I am so sorry. I did get a little behind here. I wasn't as prepared as I thought I might have been. Let's make sure. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We are good in the hood. Ain't that what they say? Is that something else that they say? I don't know. You guys let me know. And if I'm kind of like a little, I guess, squirrely right now. Again, I got behind, and man, I tell you, whenever that's going on, it is happening. Hey, Christian, good to see you, Leisure. What's going on? Dragon, what's up? Let's go back here to the beginning. Hey, Linda, you got the cookie. First one in here. That's all right. Go sleep. Go get you some rest. You know, come back and watch the replay. Be part of the replay crew. You know, that's just as important as anything else. And guys, I will say this. Thank you once again for all the support you give us in this community. You know, gifting memberships is huge. That's a huge thing. And I don't want to downplay that. I also don't want to dwell on it like I was, because it does get annoying for me just continually saying thank you, thank you, thank you. I get it, okay? But if I will always say thanks, just so you guys understand that too. So, but yeah, see, I'm squirreling already. So just forgive me if I'm squirreling. I just need to, you know, just kind of focus here. So, what's up, Surgery? Hey, that's our newest mod. Say what's up. Congratulations on the blue paint, baby. Jeremy, Hermit's in here. Amelia, what's up? Cajun Red. Let's see here. Who else we got? You guys aren't hearing any kind of funky, like, buzzing sounds in the audio, are you? If you are, please let me know. I need to fix that if that's the case. I kind of hear it in my headphone, but I think it's my headphones. So, Planet Hermit's here. Lisa, Stephanie, what's up? Shell Spells, what's happening, guys? And and G33, member for 4 months, baby. Heck yeah. Yeah, you're farting, son. Yeah. For sure. Thank you for being a consistent member there. And again, like I said, guys, that really does matter. It really does help. So, and please take advantage of what she just did there. Okay? Everybody that's a member gets a free super chat every month. So, if you guys just go in there, you want to share something with everybody, or just say, hey, I'm a member here, and hey, I'm here. Hey, guys, what's up? You know, that kind of thing. Do that, please. Please do that. Also, I've also downloaded an extension, guys, that's I'm going to start putting the highlighted chat on the screen for you. Like when somebody becomes a member or super chats or just a normal message, I can click on it and it'll just show up. So yeah. Now, so what do we got going on here? Well, let's address what I've got in the thumbnail first. We do have some flaring going on. We had 3 solar flares, decent ones. Okay, now this one here, I'm not sure if that one actually is going to be hitting us. I think they think it's going to on the 27th. there was a flare there, and the X-rays have already hit with the radio blackouts. But I'll say this, that a CME was produced. Now, is it going to come at us? I really just don't know. We're going to go take a look at it. It looks like it's got a chance of giving us a glancing blow, and I'll explain more here in just a second because I got reasons for saying that. The radiation storm has now subsided, but do you notice how up and down this is? This is because we're still getting blasts from the sun. The sun is still doing its thing, okay? And with that being said, we just got to pay attention and see if it does anything more. Hey, Shell Spells, been for 2 months, baby. Heck yeah. I like seeing those in there, guys. So, yeah. So if you guys could, please come back and leave a comment, too. That really does help. And the reason why I said that, because Shell Spells does that a lot. You kind of stroked my memory there a little bit. It does. It makes a huge difference. Linda does it. There's a lot of you guys do it. Butterfly does it a lot. And I see everybody that's in there. I haven't had a chance to go through and heart and like each comment. It's just been too hectic around my house right now. I do read them, okay? Most of the time I'm reading on my phone, though, okay? So it makes it hard to respond with a comment. So anyway, now I just want to make sure you guys know that I'm still reading the comments. And please come back and do that and leave me a comment. Click on the video, and even it'll give it an extra view for me, too. It really does make a difference. So, all right. So the flares are coming from, well, let's just go. I'll tell you what we're going to do here. Let's go over here to SDO, and we'll take a look at the 131 angstrom. Okay, now the flares started back on the 23rd, I believe. Yeah. And we've had other ones, but if you look at this is SDO, and again, it's in geosynchronistic orbit. It's from our perspective, okay? Sometimes the Earth passes between... Hey, Piper Lynn, thank you. Awesome. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Hey, there's Deep Quake. There he is, man. Deep Quake Paul's in the hizzy. Love it, love it, love it. Deep Quake, I think I've asked you before, do you have a channel? I'm pretty sure you might. I'm so sorry I forget that kind of stuff, guys. There's so many things going on, and it's hard to keep up with everybody. If you do, Deep Quake, please, by all means, drop your, drop your link in there. And by the way, here you go. I have no idea why you're not one of those, but you are now. If you don't want that wrench, you don't have to have it, brother. Just let me know, and I'll take it back off if you don't want it. All right, now let's go here. So you got this one over here is flaring. Okay, I think that's where that first flare came from. This one here, if I'm correct, I guess I could be wrong on that. Let's watch that again here real quick. Now you guys see that little action there? I'll slow that down and show you what that is here in just a second. So right there, okay, yeah, I do think that is that flare. The timing matches up, okay? So yeah. I love that. The truth will set you free. I love that name. That's right, baby. You got one. Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. Hey, IG. Good to see you. Good to see you, sister. All right. So we got this one, and that one popped off. So let's look at the other time. Now, these here, guys, are impulsive flares. And what I mean by impulsive is they flash, and then that's it. Okay? When we see the signatures like this one, how it kind of tails off, that's usually when they're going to produce significant CMEs. Okay? If it does this, a lot of times it's just like a flash on a camera. It's really like that. It's here, boom, boom, it's gone. So the only effects we will see from that is an increase in X-ray, which will actually push us to a radio blackout for a short amount of time on the day side of the planet. Okay? But we got two impulsive flares here. We got an M flare here. It just happened. It might be an M flare. It looks like it hit a very low class M flare. Now remember, the baseline is up. Okay? Baseline of our X-ray is already up. And solar minimum, it hangs out down here, guys. Okay? So it doesn't take much of an extra flash to produce enough X-ray to put us into radio blackout conditions. Okay? Because we can't pick out just the X-ray from one specific spot on the sun. It's impossible. Okay? X-ray is exactly what it is. It's a ray of light, okay? It goes out in all directions equally when it flashes, unless it's directed or influenced by something else, right? And it takes a lot to influence light. So that's what I'll just say. So it gets here in like 8 minutes. And remember, when you're looking at the sun, you're looking at what the sun looked like 8 minutes ago. All right? So that's how that works too. And same thing with all the rest of the stars. But this isn't. These are impulsive flares, and they didn't really produce any kind of CME action that I can see. Now, do you see this one? Even though it didn't get into M-class range, you see how it kind of tailed off? That one there actually probably has more of a chance, even though it wasn't as strong as this one, of producing a CME. So we're going to take a look at this and see what we can find out. What I will say, remember, the strike zone is right here. It's like a rectangle right in the middle of the sun. When anything erupts right there, you can pretty much bet that it's going to come and it's going to hit the earth. So, yeah. Kool-aid Krew, baby! Love it. Yeah, I'm a little fired up today, guys. Can you tell? I've been really busy, and it's been hard for me to calm down. So I'm sorry. I do probably need to chill out just a minute here. I'll try to purposely slow down a little bit. Anyway, so you got another flare there, and I was addressing that roll action, right? And that's exactly what that is. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. And I've shown you guys this before multiple times. But as you can tell, you see that. Now I'm going to stop it right there because you see that. That's because that's the camera. That's the shape of the lens. Okay? So what it does is they have to recalibrate the satellite from time to time. It has to know where its home is so we can move it the correct way when it gets out of whack. Okay, anybody that's ever worked on machinery, if they've ever worked on, or even like drones or anything that involves a servo motor, and servo motors are typically really, really small motors for those that don't know, and they make most of them make like little itty bitty humming sounds, and they're really small, like I said. But they're really good for moving minute movements in smaller parts that don't require a lot of torque. Okay, torque means the actual strength behind it. Okay, so you can't like put it on something and it's going to turn like some big gigantic whatever. They're made to make minute adjustments typically. Your fine adjustments on certain equipment, even probably some of the stuff you guys got in your house, or probably ran off of servo motors. So that motor has to know where it's at. If it doesn't know what its home is, you could tell it go left and it might go right. And that's what I'm trying to say. So the satellites have to do the same thing. And yes, this is on a way bigger scale than what I'm talking about because this is a satellite. I get that. But this is just a way to explain it to you. So anyway, you see how that's rolling? That's what we call a calibration roll, and it was kind of cool. We caught a flare right there. Let's look at that. And that's a very photogenic flare too, by the way. That's actually a very good catch on the imager. We don't typically see them that clear. That's a very good clear photo that it caught, or image. Now we only get images from this thing, I think it's every 12 minutes. Well, about every 10, it just depends. Okay, yeah, right around 10 minutes. So we're only getting a capture every 10 minutes. So that's why that flare's there. 10 minutes later, it's not. Because that was impulsive. Right? So what time do we have right there? Well, it's the 24th at 1700 UTC. So if we come over here and match it up, 24, 1700, it's probably that one. Okay? That would be right around 5:30 UTC time, which is 1:30 East Coast, Eastern Standard. Okay? Hey, Kathy, good to see you guys. Good to see you. Aloha, girl. Hey, see here, think. Chardee, what's up? Bruce is in the house. For shizzy, yeah. That's my 1990s rap coming out there, guys. Oh, and by the way, Adam Marfugal, Adam Marfugal over on Marfugal News, during the shout show yesterday, he did a Wages World audio for me, and I'm gonna probably put it on my intro because I had to quit using my original one because I got that from an app that I actually paid for. But when after like 2 or 3 years, they don't have the contract with the audio that came with the app. So that music was actually getting, they weren't going to allow me to use the audio. So I had to actually go in and trim out the audio on like 600 of my videos. It was and with YouTube's trim tool that they have now, it's really not that big of a deal, but 600 of them, it took me a minute. And it was disheartening because I really liked that intro, and I know a lot of you guys did too. But if anybody's wondering why I don't use that music anymore, that's why I can't. And it really does suck. But Adam is awesome at that, and I liked what he did last night for me, so I'm probably going to put that on my intro. So Adam, if you hear this, brother, thank you. All right. So that lined up, right? Now, you guys see this over here? They're predicting a G1 storm, geomagnetic storm. Okay, the KP. The KP is just an indice that they use to measure geomagnetic activity. Like when we get hit from CMEs, ICMEs is really the technical term for that. A CME, guys, doesn't leave the sun. That's a coronal mass ejection. An interplanetary CME is really the technical term for what hits us, because it leaves the sun. It goes out into all the planets, right? Is able to leave the sun. So when everybody says CME, it's actually technically wrong, but we're not going to split hairs, okay? I just want to say that. Hey, Deep Quake, thank you, my brother. Awesome sauce. And who got those? Osmond Holistic, awesome. And Digital, Sherry Ann, Brianna LaFar, good to see you. Thank you, Deep Quake. Guys, telling thanks whoever got those. Yeah, so let's do this. And if you guys are wondering what we do on the members only stream, we have fun. That's what we do. I give away stuff. We just hang out and we answer questions. I had Hilly on with me last time, and we had a really good. We talk about subjects that I won't talk about here, such as religion. A little bit. We'll talk a little bit about religion. I don't go too deep on that because it causes a lot of discourse, negative discourse, I should say. People get mad at each other because they're so passionate about the religion, rightfully so, and that's just why I choose not to talk about it. And we don't talk a whole lot of politics here either. So sometimes we might touch on that over there, but I won't do that here. So, but that's what we do over there. But most of us just having fun. So, getting to know each other, having a community. I am working on getting some merch, like mugs. If you guys got any good ideas for mugs, send it to my email if you could. Maybe even I got a couple shirt ideas. I'm not sure if people would wear a shirt, but we'll work that out later. But I just want to say, anybody's becoming a member and stuff, that's what you're going to get. And any kind of merch, the higher tier that you are, you get discounts on the merch. But right now we don't have any because I haven't done merch yet. It's a chore to get that stuff set up. Okay, so if you guys could give me a roll call in there if you would while I do this. Okay, this is NOAA's forecast. Okay, this is the end little spiral model. This is top down. This is a side cut. So, and this over here is showing you conditions at Earth, the green line. The top is density, and the bottom is velocity, the speed. Okay, and I guess we should say velocity, not really speed. So, when we look at this, we got to make sure we look at the green line, right? Because you guys see the difference here? Look at stereo A. That's the satellite that used to give us a side view. It's here. So do you notice a difference in the forecast? That's why we do that. And it gives us a really good idea of how far these CMEs are either going to be right on top of us or they're going to miss. This is showing almost a direct hit on stereo A, and it's showing a little uptick here at Earth. Okay? New York State, baby. Eastern Oregon. Arizona. Oh, yeah, Stephen A. Goes to Stacy Island, 7777. Virginia Beach, love it. Washington, Iowa. Twin Tiers here. Sweet. CC, I don't know what that is. Twin Tiers. CGI image. Maybe. Probably is. This right here is definitely computer generated. It just is. Drops, thank you. Yeah, it gets hard, doesn't it, Drops? It really does. The Terrible Truth, Big Island, hey, Hawaii, heck yeah, baby. The Terrible Truth in Hawaii, Kentucky. Pan B, hey. Okay, cool, Pan B. Send me some, would you? Send them to my email. Yeah, you're my neighbor. You like live the next town over, so. Amy Schooner, Montana. Hello, all. What's up, G. Meisner? Yeah, Bruce, it is. It's another near miss. It's exactly what you hit it right on the head here, guys. That's exactly where I was going with that. So thank you, Bruce, for bringing me back to the focus here. So I'm going to pause it. And remember, this is top down. So watch when this thing, and this will give us 2 days historic data, stuff that's already happened for the past 2 days. Then it tries to forecast 5 days out. And I say this every time because this is how I feel about it. I don't trust it out this far at all. It might be able to give you a broad idea of what's happening, but more times than not, at least from my observation, it isn't very accurate out here. Now here, I trust it. Okay? Go about 2-3 days. After about 3 days, I really don't pay much attention to it because it's just not very accurate. And it's not their fault. It's just you can't be that accurate with it. Now I want you guys to notice something here, okay? Eruption here. Now remember, this has already happened. There's another eruption there. Right? So that is at 7:24 at 14. Is that what that is? No. 7:24 at about, well, right about turn of the day on the 24th. So if we go up here and look, you're not seeing much, right? So it's either a filament that released off, or it could have been one of these small flares that instigated something, right? So yeah, so just let me say that. Now, let's go ahead and always a near miss. Yeah, it seems to be. Now, you know, that's actually it's a good point that he says that, because I want to put something in perspective for you guys here. Okay, we're looking at something two-dimensional right there, right? And even this is two-dimensional. Okay, it's a three-dimensional object, but we only get to see it in 2 dimensions. We can't see it in 3 dimensions. I say that because, guys, do you guys think that the sun is that big compared to the Earth on this model? It's not. This is just so we can see it. If the sun was that big, we wouldn't be able to see a dot small enough to make any difference out this far. If it was in ratio. So that's why they do that. I just want to point that out. But it also helps me explain how small we actually are and how much area we're not in. So when we get these near misses and when we don't get hit all the time, we don't expect to get hit all the time. It's just not feasible, guys. I mean, if you just look at the overall area, you have to come to that conclusion. You can't go any further than that. I mean, we're really like a little dot. And yes, these blasts on the sun are big. But you also got to understand, we only occupy a small amount of space. That's it. So if it doesn't hit us, then it doesn't hit us. That's pretty much why. But anyway, we are going to Out of here. Out of here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright. So let's go here, and so that is going to hit, guys, at least in my opinion. But you see how much bigger this one is? Look at that. Wham. Boom. Booyah. 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 But yeah, so we kind of dodged one over here. That's what I'll say. Now this one here is supposed to give us a glancing blow, and we do say that a lot. Bruce is right. I mean, and a lot of it does become glancing blow stuff. So that's just what I'll say. Anyway. So let's go here. And what can we do here? Alrighty. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go here next, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go over here to seeds, and we're going to be looking at this satellite here, SOHO. It's about 1 million miles closer to the sun than what we are, and what it does is it's a CME detector. Okay, that's why it's there. But do you guys notice all this? This information was from the 23rd, 24th, and it goes all the way back, obviously. But when it sees a CME, it will highlight it in a color. And I'll show it to you what it looks like on the image here in a minute. But if you guys see this little right here, okay, event width between 60 and 120 degrees, that it'll light it up in that color, okay? And then event 120 degrees or bigger, it'll be that color. That's why these are red and orange, if you're ever wondering. So back here on the 24th, right about the turn of the day, well, not the turn of the day, about 8 hours before, this is what we get. Notice that there was already one CME hanging out right there. And I'll pause it and show it to you. Back it up. See that? That's a CME already happening. And then watch what happens. Another one comes right behind it. And that's what this thing does. It puts pluses, blues, and reds to try to outline where the CME's at. Okay? That's its job. So anyway, that's that blast. Now, that's the one that they're probably saying that could be giving us a glancing blow. I'll just say that. Okay? Hey, Thinker, good to see you. Hey, Mist, good to see you guys. What you got going on, Mist? Oh, really? Yeah, I heard, guys, the fires are really, really bad right now, guys. Okay? I mean, just bad. Horrible bad. So please, yeah. You're right, though. See here, Think. 1-2 punch. Yeah, that's not true, Bruce. Let me show you one. I can show you one. You want to see one? Hold on a minute. Let me do this. I'm just going to read his comment there. He says, there's huge CMEs go out in every direction as shown by SOHO. CGI. And it is CGI. Okay? It is. It's a computer-generated image from what it sees in the data. Okay? But never Earth-facing. Every other direction, every day but us. That's not accurate. And let me show you. So if we go here and we can click on LASCO up here, you see this? We can go back as far as you want. So what we're going to do, we're just go back here to May. Let's go to May 5th. And it was right around this time when we started seeing these big CMEs pop. Okay, we'll go the next day. May 6th, right there. Not much going on that day. A lot of these, like that Halo CME, that one definitely is coming our direction. Did come our direction. There's May 8th. You guys see that? That was 2 humongous blasts that came right at us and did hit us and put us into G5 level storming. Okay? So, and let me just say this, that if you go look at what's expected, how many G5 storms we should see during a sun cycle, it's not very many. You could tear it down just like everything else we talk about. So this is there's one right off the bat that hit us directly. So it's not, they don't miss all the time, but you get, like I said, guys, you have to keep in consideration that, and I get how Bruce can feel like that, because it does seem like that. But you got to keep in mind that where we're at in space, how much of it are we actually occupying? We're not occupying very much of it. And I guess I can do this for you. Hold on, give me 1 second. I got something I can do for you here. Let's just okay, so what I'm gonna do, hold on 1 second here. I'm gonna give you guys something to look at right there, okay? And I'm going to pull up one of the okay. Let me let's just do that for now. Okay, you guys can see me. You guys can hear me, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know you can. Okay, so let me. I gotta find my. Well, you know what, guys? I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to do that. I don't want to waste time doing that today. But I can take you like to Stellarium or any of the programs that you can get. And when you're looking at those, they actually will increase the size of the planet that's there so you can see it. If you hit the button that says in ratio, you almost can't even see it. It's that small. and I'm talking about our planet. But he's 100% correct. It's a computer generated image. It is. That is a computer generated image. It's not a snapshot from a camera. It's all digital stuff, guys. This is what it is. It takes data, it looks at it, and yes, it does look at the sun, but it puts filters on it, it applies this, it applies that, right? And don't get me wrong, I absolutely 100% understand how somebody can feel like, oh, we're always getting side blows. But yeah, that's just the truth of it. And if you were to Google how many G5 storms should we see, I mean, I'll tell you what. Okay, hold on 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's perfect right there. I'm glad I did that. That's perfect. It'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So let me bring you guys back over here. Sorry I had to do that, but I have to. Right here. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Geomagnetic storms, G5, extreme, 4 every 11 years. Think about that. That's not even 1 every 2 years. That's almost 1 every 3 years. Okay? G4, severe, 100 of them. Again, break it down. G2, 600 per cycle. Okay, there's 360 days per cycle. That's what they're saying here. That's how they do the cycle stuff here. I'm not going to go into what that actually is, but that's what I'm talking about. This is what we would expect. So when we don't see what's expected, that's when, you should be, hey, we're getting something out of the ordinary here. Now, do we always follow this 100%? No. They look at everything and they give you an average. That's what happens. So when you got one sun cycle that had 10 or 15 of them, and then you get another sun cycle that only has 2, it levels out. So that's what I'm trying to say. We don't expect to see G5 storms, only 4 of them every 11 years. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say there. And I hope that helps people understand. because we just don't expect it like that. But I absolutely get how somebody could feel we never get hit, you know, that kind of thing. Well, we do, but especially like right now. Um, right now, I would not. Let's see here. Okay, let me get rid of that. All right. Right now, were you guys even? Could you guys even see that? Yeah, you could. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Um, right now we are about right at average. But if you come down here and you look at the sunspots, right, we are having an above average year of what's even forecasted. So, you know, and some people go off of an 11-year sun cycle. Some people go off of a 22-year sun cycle. But regardless, we usually end up around the same number. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, we're a little dot when it comes to talking about space. We don't cover a whole lot of anything. Okay? I mean, the area that we cover is so small in relation to everything else that's out there, and that's why. So, and this degree thing here matters too. Okay, the flares hit us. Let me explain that too. When you get a flare like that, that absolutely will not miss Earth. If you see a flash on this part of the sun, it will hit Earth. CMEs are different. CMEs is a specific eruption of particles, highly charged particles that have mass. They're more directed. They don't spread out evenly like light does. That's the difference. The flares hit us every time. If you see it flash here, it hits us. Now, sometimes we'll get a flare that'll flash off the backside, and we'll see a little bit of the X-ray. That X-ray will hit us. But sometimes the brunt of the flare, the sun blocks it. So, you know, just kind of keep that in mind when we're thinking about that stuff. But I absolutely agree with Bruce in the fact that it feels like, oh my gosh, you know, when are we going to get, you know, are we really going to get hit this time or this, that, and the other? I get that. I really, truly do. And that's why I don't come out here and start saying, oh, we're going to get this, you know. That's what makes people feel like that. That's why it's irresponsible of people to come out here and overplay things. Because that makes people feel that way. For what reason? Why do they do that? Think about it, guys. I don't even have to say it. Why would somebody do that? It's for only for one reason. And you guys can draw your own conclusion on what that reason would be why somebody would do that. I'll just leave that alone. But thank you, Bruce, for that. I really do appreciate that because I can see how people can feel that way, including, you know, I really do. I honestly understand that. I used to feel the same way. But once you start digging into what's actually expected, and I will say this too, when we get G5 storms, G4 storms, they are not as great of a number, right? So they get talked about so much more because of that and because of the effects that a bigger storm has. We get hit with geomagnetic storms that I've never even told you about. If this thing gets to just barely into the 5 range right there, nobody is going to even know it happened unless somebody like me comes out here and tells you. Because you won't notice your day-to-day life. It won't change anything. You're going to see an increase of aurora, pretty much what you're going to see. You might get an uptick in seismic activity. Every time we get any kind of geomagnetic storming, that happens. But I just want to make sure that we understand that that's what's going on there. And again, you're welcome to have whatever opinion you have. I get it. I mean, I'm not even... Bruce, I hope you don't think I'm like singling you out there, brother. I really don't. I'm not trying to do that. I don't want you to feel that way. If I made you feel that way, I apologize. But I think it's a very valid way to feel, is what I'm trying to say. And it's really why I addressed it. So people understand that, hey, this is why it seems that way. So, And again, you know, I get it. I really truly do. Because sometimes it feels like that to even to somebody like me that reports on this stuff. Maybe even more so, because I'm watching it all the time. And it really does. It does affect the way that you think, and you got to like look at it and just have just look at it with don't have blinders on is what I'm trying to say. Either direction. Somebody can't believe it's this way and the other person believe it that way. And if you both put on blinders, you never figure out what's in the middle. You both are lost. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I'm saying. So, but we got these sunspots that are growing too, guys. And these are all going to be rotating through. Remember the equator, the equatorial portions of the sun, they actually rotate faster than the poles. It's because the sun's not a rock. Okay? So that's why we get a progression of sunspots towards the equator as the sun cycle progresses. If you go back, you can clearly see that they start down here in probably what I would call the top end of mid-latitude for the sun. And through the sun cycle years, they migrate down. And then when they meet, that's the termination event. And guess what? That's the flip of the poles on the sun, and there's your sun cycle. So I just want to say that. That way we understand that. Hey, Butterfly. Hey, Carol. Good to see you guys. But yeah, guys. So, and yeah, Bruce, I hope you didn't think I was like coming at you there, brother. I'm not. I don't want you to feel that way at all. But I hope I got, I hope I explained that in a way that wasn't like, I don't think I was rude. I wasn't trying to be if I was. I just want people to understand, but that's how I feel about it. And that's really why I think that sometimes it can feel that way. Because you get people out here that are just slamming, hey, oh gosh, the end of the world's coming with a G1 storm. What? What are you talking about? And that's what starts that, hey, then nothing ever happens, nobody ever sees anything. And then it just puts one in that box of, well, that person over there is crying wolf. And that's why I choose not to do that. It's just not healthy for anybody. I want you guys to be able to come here and get what I'm trying to tell you. And understand that this, when I speak it, that's how I feel about it. I'm not going to do anything other than that. So, but this is our space weather data, guys. You got the BZ, okay? That's what we look for, -6. That's the magnetic orientation, okay? I talk about this a lot because the magnetic fields inside of a CME is really, in my opinion, is one of the biggest factors of if we get to geomagnetic storms or not. We can get hit with these things, and if the magnetic fields inside that CME are not the opposite polarity of what we got going on here, it'll help deflect it. Now, if they're opposite polarities of what we got going on here at our planet, it sucks it in. Opposite polarities draw towards each other. So that's why this polarity matters, guys. And we simply don't know the polarity of the CME until it gets here. Because even inside a CME, you have different polarities in different areas of it. So when I use that word, the majority of the CME is that has those kinds of fields. That's why I say that, because the whole CME doesn't. So I just want to make sure that's understood. I hope I explained that well enough. If I didn't, somebody let me know, and I'll try to do it better next time. But this is actually the polarity of the solar wind, the phi angle. That flips all the time. You can see it right here. Sometimes when that flips, it'll actually jerk on us hard enough that it'll put us into geomagnetic storms for a short amount of time. Density, 4 is what we consider normal. But unless we got all these other things happening at the same time, I don't really just land on 4, because I've seen us get geomagnetic storms when we got a 1 on the density. And then I've seen us not get geomagnetic storms when we got a 30 on the density. So all these other factors have to be considered when we talk about geomagnetic storming. We can't just look at one thing. So the velocity here matters too. So when you get them both moving, now I can confidently tell you that we're getting some sort of space weather, and the reason why is because we're getting popcorn. When I say popcorn, I'm talking about these data points, right? It's exactly what this is. Data, it's a point. So when they're very consistent through the time, they'll look like a straight line. Like up here. You see the black? You see how, see, watch this black, see that black box right there? See where it says 12 and 1? Watch how long it stays 12. Then it goes to 11. It's moving slow. Now watch this. 6, 8, 7, 2, 2, 2. You know, it's all over the place. So what I'm saying is that's why. So when I call it popcorn, that means that the conditions are fluctuating, and that typically indicates some sort of space weather hitting our magnetic field. It's here. It's doing something. You know what I mean? What'd you say? 30 Earths fit inside of the sun's plasma? I am lost on that one. 30 Earths in the sun? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Way more. Here, let me do this for you. That's a good question. I really haven't even answered that in a long time. Let's do this. Hold on one second here, guys. Hate to do this to you again, but I'm going to. Let's go ahead and pop you back over there. Let's go here. How many Earths can fit in the sun? This is going to floor you, Pan B. I'm just saying. Let me show you. What you got there? More than 330,000 Earths can fit in the sun. So that's what I'll say. Hey, 5G, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I was. Hey, Ilea, good to see you. By the way, guys, take a look at her icon. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that icon. I don't get political here on my channel, but I have my own beliefs and stuff. She hit my belief right on the head. I don't have a party I are 100% behind. I am just an American. I'm here, and I'm here looking at everything. And that her icon just sums it up so awesomely. I really do like that. So awesome. Anyway, Pan B, there you go. It would take 1.3 million Earths to fill the sun's volume. Okay, we're not talking about like diameter here. We're talking about the volume. Like, if you were to if the sun was a big bowl and you could open the top of it and dump a bunch of Earths in there and fill it up, that's what you're talking about. Now, it says it would take more than 330,000 Earths to match the mass. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. So 1.3 million if you want to make a ball as big as the sun. It blows my mind. It's such a huge number. It's crazy. So anyway, you guys got some good questions tonight. I love that. I really do. Love it a lot. Hey, Ricky, good to see you. Hey, Miss V, good to see you. Miss Dragon, you stay safe, girl. I'm serious. Don't need to be having none of the Kool-Aid Krew get burned up or anything like that. Maybe we can dump some Kool-Aid on that fire and see what happens. Okay, so I seen that. Hey, Lee, I seen. I didn't know they were going to go early tonight over on Marfugal. My notification didn't come through till late, and I'm like, man. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so we had those flares. Now, guys, let's go over here to seeds, and well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's just go to seeds here. I'm going to start on the 23rd, and I want you guys to see that because that one there is actually going off the backside, right there. Okay, that big one's going off the backside, and I showed you guys this yesterday. Okay, that's going off the backside, but it did give us a radiation storm. So that's another way that the sun can hit us even when it's going off the backside. It crossed over our magnetic field line, our connection to the sun and the planetary magnetic field line. And when it does, those protons get sucked onto that, and it can filter straight backwards if it does. It's all magnetics at that point. Okay? So, yeah. Now, there you go. Now, so that was yesterday. Yes, I hit reverse because I think it's kind of cool. I just think it's awesome. Anyway, let's go to the next day. Today's 24th, right? So this is what happened today. Now notice you had just a couple of them over here. And we did have flares, but we didn't get any like big time CMEs that were happening. Now that one, you know, that's not a small CME, but that one there is the one that they say is going to be giving us this here in about 3 days. Okay? So, again, is that going to pan out? I don't know. That's why I nowcast. I can't give you 100% on that. But I will say this, that it is, we're actually kind of dodged a bullet here with this one here. Because I do think that one's way stronger. Well, I'm confident in saying it's 100% stronger. Look at that. I mean, yeah. You see the black color there? That means the density is as dense as this graph will show you. The white is actually underneath that. You see that? So it's not as dense. It looks like it might be moving roughly about the same speed. But you see how stereo A is getting hit by this other one? But I'm gonna point something out here too that I think is a possibility. Do you see stereo B right here? I don't talk a lot about stereo B because we ain't been able to see data from it for a decade. Okay, so I just don't even talk about that one. This one here actually used to be over here, and this one here used to be over here. But anyway, we still get to see if it's expecting to get hit. All right, so it's over here. Stereo A is over here. This red line is stereo A. So this CME is going to hit that one, right? This CME is going to hit stereo B. Look. So what's that do? It puts Earth right in the middle between them. Now, you gotta picture this like a boat going through water. So when that CME is speeding out into space, it's producing a wake of magnetic particles. And we get like shock waves on the edge. So if these two are producing shock waves and they arrive very close to the same time or at the same time, it actually could give us a pretty decent hit. Now, it's going to take a lot for that to happen, and we've got days to look for the data, okay? So I'm not making that claim. What I'm telling you is that that's a possibility. And just depending on if they've got the direction correct here, the speed, all of that. Now, if everything that they've got correct here, that won't happen. What I just said will not happen. This one here is too far to our west, or our east, I'm sorry. Left. If you're looking at the sun, left is west, believe it or not. It's reversed, okay? So, hey, Carol, good to see you. So, yeah. So that's what we got to look for here, guys. We're going to get an increase in aurora if we do get that. You can see here that the radiation storm is gone. Because if it was still going on, the pole regions on this particular graph or this model would be red and everything else. Okay? So, I'll just say that. Okay. Now, I know I've answered a lot of questions tonight. I hope I didn't lose people there. Hope I explained it well enough, guys. I hope you guys understand that sometimes I have to do that to help people understand. At least from the way that I look at things. And I hope I help somebody else understand something. I really do. That's my whole goal here. And I want to say this too. Do not be afraid to come click on all these models. Everything's in my description box. Please do that. Okay, guys? So, anyway. Okay. So, you got that blasted off. And, yeah. I don't think we have much more else to show you right now. I tell you what we can do before I get you guys out of here, and I know I'm probably dropping people already, but that's okay. I want to show you guys this. This is a very interesting story Dr. Tony Phillips is talking about over here. This is Venus, and they call it the Venus cloud discontinuity. And I'm not going to really even explain much on that, but it's a wave on inside of Venus's atmosphere. And yeah, you have to go read it to really get a good idea. I'm not even going to attempt to try to explain it in a way that you guys could really, I'm confident that I can explain it. I'm not confident enough that I can make you guys understand what's going on. Okay? So please come over here and read this, because it's a very interesting thing. And from what I'm understanding is they haven't really seen this in like 10 years. At least from what this article's talking about. And it'll also give you an idea of how much different Venus is than what we are. So, hey, Butterfly. It's good to see you, Miss V. I ain't seen you in a minute. I like to see you and Christian here all the time. It's awesome. Awesome. Why didn't we see the moon coming to eclipse? We can all see the moon during the day. Not sure if I follow you there, brother. Not sure if I follow you there. The moon's in tidal lock, and that's why I'm not going to get an explanation of that. Yeah, that's a whole nother, yeah. I'm sure I could answer your questions there, Bruce, at least from what I think is going on, but I'm assuming that you probably already have you've done some pretty good research on what you think is true and what's going on. So there's probably not much chance of me changing your mind on anything. So if I don't think anybody's gonna, if I've got much of a chance to, get it out there, I'll still talk about it because I think it benefits everybody else to hear both sides. But yeah, my goal is never really to change anybody's mind. My goal is to come out to tell you what I think is going on. That's that's all I do. And that's why I always tell you, you're welcome to have whatever belief you have here, guys. Whatever you think is going on, it's all welcome. You come on over. I listen to people, and just at this point, I've heard a lot of different opinions. So I've kind of talked at nauseum sometimes about some of the subjects. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been here for a minute, probably would agree. But that's just is what it is. And let me say this too. I don't think all of us should agree all the time. We would never learn anything new if we did. Okay? And this planet would be very, very boring if we all agreed every time. So, but I do ask people to have an open mind for not just mainstream, not just alternative, or either. Just look at things with a blank slate and draw your own conclusions. Don't take what I said 100% gospel truth. Go look at what I showed you. That's what I always say. And I do the same for everybody else. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and end it there, guys. I do appreciate everybody. And thank you, Bruce, for hanging around, man. I really do. Because some people can't handle when we talk about, because obviously me and Bruce aren't agreeing on that point. I mean, but I don't think he hates me and I don't hate him. So, we just don't agree on that point. That's all that is. And I hope that's my goal, right? If you guys go to any kind of formal debate, the debaters are never ever going to change the other person's mind. They're there to talk so the audience can hear. That's all that is. So remember that too. That's a good thing we have to keep in mind. So, all right, guys. I love all you guys. Thank you guys for become channel members. Thanks for the gifted membership, Steve Quake, and everybody else that I think. Did I get another super chat today? I can't remember. All right, Leah, I love that icon. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah. Are we still in there or not? Let me see. Okay. My chat quit, guys, so if I missed anything, I apologize. Oh gosh, Alan. 37 years in the sun, no sunscreen, no shirt. It's too late for me. It ain't ever too late. What the heck? Am I? Are we okay here, guys? Or what's going on here? Okay. Guys, my internet was going all crazy. 5G. Hey, thanks, bud. Appreciate you. 5G, are you a girl or a guy? I don't want to misgender you. I can't tell by that icon. You don't have to tell me. I just want to thank you for the super chat, the super sticker. Really do appreciate you. It's awesome. Okay, cool. My chat stopped. So that's why I did that. I had the old Wheel of Death going on, guys. Oh, you know what, guys? I was watching that the address today from the Oval Office, and I was watching. If you guys don't know who Steve Lochner is at Agenda Free, he kind of takes things the way that I do. He doesn't have any affiliate one way or the other. And a lot of you guys probably already know who Steve Lochner is. I know Aaliyah does. I watched the Oval Office speech today. And I thought it was funny because he had a Reuters feed that he pays for, and he had the YouTube White House feed that everybody can look at for free, and it was a big blue screen. And what just happened? It blows my mind. That probably scared the crap out of people, man. I don't want to look at no blue screen right now. I promise you that. That'd scare me to death. Back at you, Bruce, brother. I really do appreciate you. I really do. I love people that have different ideas and think different things are going on. You know what I mean? It does cause us to have conversation, and I think it's great. Hey, back at you, EZ3808. Awesome. Yeah, guys. I hope you guys come back, and guys, please share it out. It's just, that's the best way. I am going to be doing, I've got a goal, and I'm going to be doing probably two shows a day from now on. In the morning, it's going to be a shorter one, but I'm going to need some support on that, guys. Okay? If you could, please come and at least click on it and check it out. It's going to be nothing more than me giving you space weather data. Okay? I'm going to show you the models like I do here, but I won't go into the deep dive like explanations like I do in the evening. So it's really there for people that have a really good understanding of, not really good, but just a basic understanding of what I talk about here anyway. And they don't need to have all, but I need people to be there for both, or I'll just have to quit doing the morning one. But I want to give that to you guys because you guys have been asking. I've been getting a lot of emails for that. And I did one the other day. It was the first time I had the chance to be able to do it. But I'm working on a template, and it's going to allow me to be able to do that in a more streamlined fashion. And it will allow me to do that in a way that I'll be able to get it done, is what I'm trying to say. So, I'm a father first. Well, I'm a husband and a father first, and then everything else after. So that includes this. So if I got stuff going on there, I'm there. I have to have my focus there. I've come to realize that isn't always going to be there. This may not always be there for me either, but you have to, prioritize in your life, guys. And that's where my priorities lie, with my family first. And I hope you guys understand. But please, guys, please, just come support me. Come back and leave a comment on this video. That's the best way to support is to share and just get it out. I got a goal. I'd like to get to 100K by the end of the year. I don't know if it's possible. I'm at about 60, getting close to 61,000 subscribers. And a lot of that's thanks to Marfugal and everybody else that support me, but most of it's thanks to you guys. And the way that gets out there further is just to keep sharing it and let people know, hey, let them know what I do. And that's just, my goal is to let people just see what I do here and let them decide. I never get mad if people don't want to stay. That's just not who I am. I spent a lot of my life being an angry person, and I refuse to be like that anymore. So, hopefully, actually the whole time I've been on YouTube, I've not been that way. But I spent a majority of my life being a very angry person, and I know a lot of you guys are probably sitting there thinking, no way, because I'm a complete different person than what I used to be a long time ago. But anyway, guys, love all you guys. Please come. Hey, Stephanie, good to see you. But yeah, so one more time, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to try to do the morning thing, and if I don't get enough action going on there, I guess, if you want to say, I'll just have to quit doing it. But I'm going to try it anyway. We're going to give it some time. I'm not going to do 1 or 2 episodes and just quit. So that's not what I'm saying. I'll give it a month or so, and if it doesn't catch on, but I'm going to need your guys' support on it to kind of keep it going. And the support is just watching. That's all I'm saying. Share it out. All right, guys. Love all you guys. And you guys got any ideas for mugs, stuff like that? Let me know. Please email it to me, and we'll see if we can't get that going. I think people would like a morning mug with like a big sun on it, Wages World or something. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of ideas on that quite yet, but it takes a while to get that kind of thing going on. So, all right, guys. God bless. Yahusha saves, and as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.